How's it going, my followers, my subscribers, anybody else keeping up with these episodes? This is episode 3, coma experiences. As you can see, I've equipped a scripture up here to the right so you could actually look into it and see how it matches with the experiences that I experienced. Again, I was out. I was just laying down in the bed for about 3 months, and I don't really know what happened. I was informed by a lot of friends and family that were at the scene at the moment, and that's why I started picking up little stuff here and there and putting it all together and really seeing that what I went through, because again, I wasn't there. Thank God I wasn't there in the wake, because it was too much pain. But in this certain predicament, I had a broken hip, I had a broken shoulder, I had broken ribs, my lower spine was injured, and my discs 6 through 12 were broken, and my right arm was broken. Bones were sticking out. It had an infection up here on top. Everything was horrible. I was in critical condition. At this time, doctors kept asking my family after a week, "What do you want to do with him? He's not responding. What do you guys plan on doing with him?" And their hope was, "No, we have faith. Keep working on him. Keep doing what you can." After a week and a half, I was told that I blew up like a balloon. I was like a big sumo wrestler type, swollen. Every single part of my body was swollen. My gums inside my mouth got swollen, and I heard my teeth were super loose. Yeah, my sister kept keeping an eye on them, because she's like, "I was scared you were gonna swallow one of them or choke on one of them." She's like, "I don't want that happening." And also, my kidneys, my liver, my lung, they were all failing. I only had about 19% brain activity, which doctors said that was the lowest they've seen. I also did not move at all, and I had internal bleeding in my head too, and it was just bad all around. I was just going bad and worse, and it was funny because me and my cousin were switching on and off. So every time he was doing better, I was doing worse. And every time I was doing better, he would be doing worse. And he was in coma for about 2 weeks. And then he woke up, and lucky for him, he went through therapy. He ended up going through everything that he had to go through. And he only remembers telling the nurse, "Can I go home now?" And they were like, "Yes, you can go home." And he was like, "Nice." And as for me, I don't remember nothing. I was told by my siblings that they would do stuff like put music in my ears that I used to listen to, so that I could react and come back and kind of move or do something, And I was out so much that I cannot remember that. I don't remember going through that or nothing. And literally, it got to a point where my brother told me one time that I had a little movement in my hand, in my right hand, a little movement. And he told the doctors, he's like, "He moved." And the doctors were like, "No." He's like, "Yeah, he really did move. He moved his hand." And doctors were just spectacle. They're like, "No, we don't do that." And they ended up going to the room to go check on me. When they did, they ended up seeing if I was reacting or anything. And till the day, I don't like this. But I would be the type of person that would always get mad when somebody just, touches my boob area or something. I just don't like it. And I didn't like it back then. I don't really like it now. The more I get the chest, the better they go away. But I guess at this point, my brother told doctors, yes, he moved, and they're like, no, like the body twitches like that. It twitches from different parts of the body when you're in a traumatic situation. Well, in this point, my brother would not give up. He told him like, I know he moved, because I guess the movement was way more than a twitch. It was probably something more like that. So it wasn't really a twitch, it was a movement. And what doctors did to get some proof that I was in there and that I was actually responsive was, I heard that they ended up grabbing my nipple and they gave me a titty twister. And then they found out I was in there because I guess they told me that I closed my fist like I wanted to punch somebody. And when they saw that, they let go and they're like, oh yeah, okay, he is in there. And then they kept working on me. At this time, they wanted to amputate my right arm just because of the infections that I kept having up here, up by the wrist. I kept having infections and I kept just going worse and worse. That's why they just wanted to kind of get my family to get to the point where they'd be like, you know what, yeah, just pull the plug. But they refused to do that, especially with my mom's faith. And I say her faith because she told me she would literally get down on the ground, put pillows and knee in front of my bed and pray to God every single day until I finally opened my eyes. And in all these situations, like I say, I don't remember none of them, but I'm just grateful for the family that I have because I actually got far and my insides kept fighting, my insides kept fighting because now as you see me, my liver, my lungs, my kidneys, everything's good, and just like my organs fought, that's what I'm doing now, fighting because I want to get to the furthest I could to my goals. But yeah, in this situation in coma, I also had heard that they would play Safe and Sound by Capital Cities on the headphones because that was one of my bangers back then. I used to love that song, and I would always listen to it and bump it in my car and stereo and stuff like that. And all these situations just kept coming up. They kept coming up, and literally God was the one that had the last word, and nothing ended up taking me down or killing me. And there will be a second part to this coma experiences because there's a lot more that happened. But like I said, you could go ahead, like the video, comment down below what you think, and stay up with the episodes because this is episode 3, part 1. So stay up for next week's episode, which is gonna be episode 3, part 2. Alright, and everybody have a blessed day. Enjoy the rest of your week and fight strong. Anthony out.